All right, so you wanted the lowdown on regional HVAC markets,
Yeah.
and we've got you covered.
Excellent.
We found some excerpts from a market insights report
Uh-huh.
and some visuals that really make these trends come to life.
Oh, cool.
It's fascinating stuff.
Yeah, it's a sector that's really seeing a lot of growth,
Right.
but the story is different
Yeah.
depending on where you look.
That's what's so interesting about this is, it's not just about like keeping people comfortable.
Yeah.
It's tied into construction booms and energy efficiency initiatives,
Uh-huh.
and even
Climate goals.
those ambitious climate goals.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So let's start with the big picture.
Okay.
The HVAC market is expanding
Mhm.
overall,
Right.
but it's important to understand why
Yeah.
it's not just about replacing old units.
Right.
It's about new construction,
Yeah.
stricter building codes,
Okay.
and a growing awareness
Yeah.
of energy consumption.
Okay, so the stage is set for growth.
It is
But how does that play out in different regions?
right.
Let's head down south first.
Okay.
Our report is showing a picture of booming construction down there,
Yeah.
both commercial and residential.
Oh, wow. It's like a construction frenzy.
Yeah.
Think new hospitals,
Huh?
sprawling shopping centers,
Wow.
housing developments popping up
Yeah.
left and right.
Crazy?
This combined with a warm climate
Right.
that demands year-round cooling
Makes sense.
makes the Southern U.S. a real hotbed for HVAC.
And the visual we have here really drives that point home.
Oh, cool.
It's like a snapshot of a Texas cityscape with cranes dotting the skyline
I can imagine it.
and new buildings emerging everywhere.
Wow.
But with all that growth,
Mm-hmm.
what are some of the challenges that HVAC contractors might face?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Down to the south.
Well, one thing that jumps out is the potential for a skilled labor shortage.
Really?
Yeah.
So with so much construction happening,
Right.
it's hard to find technicians
Didn't go-
to install and maintain all these systems.
It could become a major bottleneck.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It's not just about the demand
Right.
for the system.
Yeah.
It's about having the workforce to support that demand.
Exactly.
Now, shifting gears,
Okay.
let's talk about the West Coast.
All right.
This region is always at the forefront of innovation,
Oh, yeah,
especially when it comes to sustainability.
for sure.
So California, in particular,
Right.
has some of the most stringent energy codes in the country,
Interesting.
like Title 24,
Okay.
which sets efficiency standards for buildings.
Makes sense.
And they're really pushing the envelope with LAD certification, too,
I see.
which means buildings have to meet high environmental performance standards.
Yeah.
Think solar panels,
Right.
efficient insulation,
Uh-huh.
and HVAC systems that minimize energy waste.
Got it.
We have a visual here that captures that vibe perfectly.
Nice.
A sleek, modern California building
Yeah.
with solar panels integrated seamlessly into the design.
Cool.
But it can't all be smooth sailing, right?
Right.
What are some of the wrinkles
Yeah.
that HVAC contractors are facing in this eco-conscious market?
Well, one challenge is balancing these regulations with affordability for homeowners.
Yeah,
Upgrading to super efficient systems can get really expensive.
that's true.
And finding solutions that meet both the regulations
Mhm.
and the budget
Mhm.
can be tricky.
Yeah.
And then there's the issue of water.
Oh, right.
California faces frequent droughts.
Yeah.
And traditional HVAC systems use water for cooling,
Right.
which can put a strain on those resources.
So it's not just about energy efficiency.
It's not.
It's about water conservation, too.
It is.
So contractors really need to be thinking about systems that minimize water usage,
Absolutely.
like air-cooled chillers or heat pumps that utilize refrigerant.
Right.
Okay, let's switch coasts again
Okay.
and head to the Northeast.
Okay.
Think older cities,
Mhm.
historic buildings,
Yeah.
and a climate that demands reliable heating
Right.
during those long winters.
For sure. Exactly. The Northeast presents a very different set of challenges and opportunities.
Interesting.
We're talking about a region with aging infrastructure,
Yeah.
which means there's a lot of potential for retrofitting
Uh-huh.
to improve energy efficiency.
I see. The visual for this one really paints the picture.
Oh, yeah.
It's a classic brick building in Boston,
Okay.
maybe a brownstone
Uh-huh.
covered in snow,
Yeah.
but undergoing a major renovation.
I can picture it.
You can almost hear the construction sound.
That's a great way to visualize it.
So now imagine trying to retrofit an HVAC system
Right.
into that historic building.
Yeah.
You have to deal with existing ductwork,
Uh-huh.
limited space,
Yeah.
and the need to preserve the building's historical character.
Makes sense.
So it's a unique challenge for contractors.
It is.
And then there's the need for robust heating systems
Right.
that can handle those harsh winters.
Yeah.
So you're not just thinking about keeping people comfortable,
Right.
right? You're thinking about preventing frozen pipes
Uh-huh.
and ensuring that the building can withstand those extreme temperatures.
Absolutely.
So contractors in the Northeast
Yeah.
need to be well-versed in both heating and cooling technologies.
Sure.
And they need to be able to tailor solutions
Right.
to fit those older buildings.
Yeah.
It's a different skill set
It is.
than what you might find
Yeah.
in a newer market like the South.
Exactly.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Regional expertise is essential,
Uh-huh.
especially when you're dealing with older structures
Right.
and unique climate conditions.
For sure.
Speaking of unique climate conditions,
Yeah.
let's head north to Canada.
All right. Canada's interesting.
Yeah.
Because they're dealing with two major forces.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Strong commitment to sustainability
Right.
and some of the most extreme weather conditions on the planet.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The visual we have really highlights that.
Or does it?
It's a modern Canadian cityscape.
Okay.
Sleek and efficient.
Yeah.
But with snow-capped mountains looming in the background,
Oh, wow.
you can practically feel the crisp winter air.
It's a constant balancing act.
It is.
On the one hand,
Yeah.
the Canadian government is
Yeah.
investing heavily in energy-efficient housing and infrastructure.
They are.
Yeah.
Cool.
They're incentivizing things like solar panels,
Mm-hmm.
high-performance insulation,
Yeah.
and, of course, efficient HVAC systems.
But then on the other hand, you need systems that can handle those long, frigid winters.
Exact.
It's not just about keeping people warm.
Right.
It's about making sure that pipes don't freeze and buildings can withstand those sub-zero temperatures.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that's where heat pumps come into play.
Okay.
They're incredibly efficient for both heating and cooling,
Oh, wow.
making them ideal for Canada's climate.
Interesting.
But here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Not all provinces are adopting heat pumps at the same rate.
Really?
Yeah.
What are some of the factors driving that?
Well, some provinces have more aggressive incentive programs for heat pump adoption.
Okay.
Others have different energy mixes.
Right.
Some rely heavily on hydroelectricity, while others still use natural gas.
Yeah.
These factors can influence the economics of heat pumps and their overall appeal.
So it's not just about the technology itself.
It's not.
It's about the broader energy landscape
It is.
and the policies in place.
Yeah,
So contractors in Canada need to be savvy about those regional nuances.
absolutely. Now let's shift our focus across the Atlantic to Europe,
Okay.
a region that's really setting the pace for decarbonization,
Interesting.
particularly in the HVAC sector.
Yeah, the visual for this one is striking.
What is it?
It's a European city
Okay.
with wind turbines dotting the landscape
Oh,
and buildings covered in rooftop solar panels.
They're not messing around.
They are not.
When it comes to renewable energy,
No.
it's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And that commitment is reflected in their policies.
Mm.
The European Union has set some ambitious targets for reducing greenhouse gas emissions,
Okay.
and the HVAC sector is a big part of that equation.
I've heard a lot about the EU's Repower EU plan.
Oh, yeah.
How does that factor into the HVAC market?
Well, Repower EU is all about accelerating the transition to clean energy sources,
Mhm.
and that includes a major push for heat pumps.
I see.
They see heat pumps as a key technology for decarbonizing heating and cooling in buildings.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm also curious about those strict refrigerant standards they have in Europe. I know they're phasing out some of the older refrigerants
Right.
that are harmful to the environment.
That's right.
Yeah.
They've been ahead of the curve on this,
They have.
mandating the use of more eco-friendly refrigerants. Okay. So contractors in Europe need to be up to date
Yeah.
on the latest refrigerant technologies and
Mhm.
regulations.
For sure.
They can't just rely on what they've always used.
So it's not just about installing new systems.
No, it's not.
It's about understanding the environmental impact of those systems
Exactly.
and ensuring that they align with Europe's sustainability goals.
Right.
It sounds like a challenging but exciting market for HVAC contractors.
Definitely. Now for our final stop on this global tour.
Okay.
Let's head to the Asia-Pacific region.
Right.
This is where we're seeing some of the most explosive growth in the HVAC market.
Wow. The visual we have for this one is incredible.
What is it?
It's a sprawling Asian megacity
Okay.
with skyscrapers stretching as far as the eye can see.
Oh, wow.
It's a testament to the sheer scale of urbanization happening in countries like China and India.
It's mind-boggling.
It is.
And all that construction means a massive demand for HVAC systems,
Yeah.
both for residential and commercial buildings.
Right.
But it's not just about quantity.
Mhm.
It's about quality and efficiency as well.
I've read that governments in the region are starting to prioritize energy-efficient buildings and appliances.
They are.
Are they incentivizing HVAC upgrades as well?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Many countries have introduced subsidies and tax breaks to encourage the adoption of energy-efficient HVAC systems.
Interesting.
They recognize that with so much growth,
Yeah.
they need to manage energy consumption and reduce their environmental footprint.
But the Asia-Pacific region is incredibly diverse, right?
Yeah, it is.
You have everything from tropical climates to temperate zones.
Uh-huh.
Do those regional differences impact the types of HVAC systems that are in demand?
You hit the nail on the head.
I did.
You did.
Awesome.
Contractors in the Asia-Pacific region need to be adaptable.
Makes sense.
They might be installing rooftop units for high-rise apartments in a bustling city one day
Wow.
and designing a customized system for a rural village the next.
That's crazy.
It's a market that demands versatility
Yeah.
and a deep understanding of different climates and building types.
So we've gone from the construction boom in the South to the eco-conscious West Coast,
Uh-huh.
from the historic buildings of the Northeast
Right.
to the energy efficiency drive in Canada,
Yeah.
and finally to the rapid urbanization of the Asia-Pacific.
Right.
It's amazing how different the HVAC landscape looks,
It is.
depending on where you are.
Yeah.
But despite those regional differences, it seems like there's a common thread running through all of these markets:
That's that.
the growing importance of sustainability and energy efficiency.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
No matter where you are in the world,
Right.
the HVAC industry is being shaped by these global trends.
Makes sense.
And that's something for contractors to keep in mind, regardless of their location.
So with all of this in mind,
Yeah.
what are some key takeaways for our listener?
Okay.
What are the big picture insights that they should walk away with?
Well, if I had to boil it down, I'd say the first takeaway is that the HVAC market is a global growth story, but it's not a one-size-fits-all situation.
Right. Each region has its own unique flavor,
Exactly.
different climates, regulations, and customer expectations.
Yeah, a successful strategy in the Southern U.S. might not fly in Europe. And what works in Canada might need tweaking for the Asia-Pacific.
So understanding those regional nuances is crucial.
It is.
You can't just take a cookie-cutter approach.
No, you can't.
What else stood out to you?
The second takeaway is that sustainability is no longer a niche concern.
Okay.
It's a mainstream driver across almost every region we discussed.
It's like that eco-conscious mindset has gone global.
It has.
Customers are demanding energy-efficient solutions, and governments are incentivizing them.
Which means HVAC contractors need to be on top of their game when it comes to green technologies.
Yeah.
Things like heat pumps, solar integration, and smart thermostats are becoming must-haves, not just nice-to-haves.
It's almost like a whole new skill set is emerging for HVAC professionals.
Yeah,
They need to be not just technicians, but energy consultants.
absolutely. They need to be able to advise clients on the most efficient solutions for their specific needs
Right.
and help them navigate the evolving landscape of regulations and incentives.
This has been such an insightful journey.
It has.
We've covered so much ground, but I have to admit, I'm still left with this one nagging question.
Oh, I'm intrigued. What's on your mind?
Well, we've talked about all the challenges and opportunities in each region,
We have.
but if I were an HVAC contractor just starting out, where would I set up shop?
That's a fantastic question, and there's no easy answer.
Right.
Because the best region for you depends on your individual goals and priorities.
Right. Do you prioritize rapid growth, even if it means facing a more competitive market?
Uh-huh.
Or do you prefer a more stable environment with maybe a bit less frenzy?
Exactly. And what about your technical expertise?
Yeah.
Are you a retrofitting specialist, or do you excel at designing systems for new construction?
It's like a giant puzzle,
Yeah.
figuring out where all the pieces fit best.
Yeah.
And let's not forget about lifestyle factors.
Oh, right.
Do you crave the hustle and bustle of a big city, or would you rather be in a smaller town with a slower pace?
So many factors to consider, but you know what? This conversation has given me an idea.
Oh, I'm all ears.
What if we turn this question over to our listener?
Okay.
They've now heard about all these different regions.
Yeah,
What intrigues them the most?
I love that.
Yeah,
It's like a mini assignment for our audience.
it is.
They can put themselves in the shoes of an HVAC entrepreneur and see what resonates with them.
Exactly. So, dear listener, if you were launching your HVAC career today, where would you choose to set up shop and why?
Yeah.
Consider all the factors we've discussed: the climate, the regulations, the growth potential, even the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know what you decide.
It's a question that might spark some serious soul searching. And who knows, maybe their answers will inspire our next deep dive.
Maybe they will.
Thanks for joining us on this exploration of regional HVAC markets.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We'll catch you next time for another fascinating deep dive.